Hi everybody, welcome once again to Lightning TV. Week 30 of the Elite League, the last weekend of the season. It's a triple header for Lightning. On Friday night, Ryan Finnerty and a Manchester Storm are in town. Let's go and check out the highlights. Michael Fine down there, ready for the face-off. I think it's Rob Linsmeyer. And the game's underway. Possession first of all. Hammond down the right hand side gives it to Lindbayer, switches over to the left hand side. First goal! Well, nobody expected that start.
Dream start for the Storm.
I think, to be fair, Patrick Galena won that one back with 12 seconds in. I think that's the fastest goal of the season so far. Linsmeyer shoots it across. Shot straight in.
Big rebound, and he was just free there. And well, that was a very, very late Christmas present.
Yeah, that's poked them down into the left-hand side before right-hand side of the Lightning defensive zone, and Suwon now. A couple of seconds gets the shot away. Good effort by Suwon, and Ginn powers that away. So at the end of the first 20 minutes. It's a one-goal game. Milton Keynes Lightning 0, Manchester Storm 1. So, as we discussed, we're here with Jess from I'm going to say from Manchester Storm, but you're all about this charity game in April the 20th.
Yep.
And you've gone big time this year because you came here in April last year. You did the.
We did Puck Aid.
Puck Aid.
Yeah, we did.
And it was good. It was good.
It was a good day. We had a lot of people here. We had a lot of guys in the stands, and the players loved it. It was it was a really good day.
But you went away from there, and apart from the fact you spent half the time in the far side of the world because you can do that kind of stuff, I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah.
And you thought, do you know what? This could be a little bit bigger. So now it's USA against Canada, the 20th of April. In Sheffield.
Yeah, it is. So now we are Super Series. It is the biggest rivalry I think you will ever find in ice hockey, Canada versus USA. It is game one of a 7-game series. So the first game is being played in Sheffield on the 20th of April. And then the remaining games are going to be played a little bit later on in the summer across Australia and New Zealand.
Now, when we talk about USA-Canada, you think, okay, you might get a few people that have not played the game before and played for a few years. You've banged out some pretty big names.
Yeah, we've done pretty well. So only the last week we announced Rene Bourque, who's obviously got bronze medal in last Winter Olympics in 2018. We got Brandon Bolig, who most people know from playing with the Blackhawks and getting a Stanley Cup with them. And we just signed late on last week with Kevin Bieksa, which is just a massive name, and we're really privileged that he's coming over to play.
I was amazed when that name was. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But you've also got some big names around the Elite League as well, because Kevin Noble's big, involved.
We do, yeah. So Kevin's played over on the Australian tour. This isn't the first time that this type of a series has been played. It's been played over Australia and New Zealand for the past 5 years, and they wanted to bring it over to the UK. They heard about what we'd done last year, and Kevin obviously played on the tour last year, so pitched the idea. So yeah, we've got Kevin Noble playing. We've got another couple from Coventry. We've got Chris Joyer and Kevin Morris. We've signed Jordan Smotherman and Dave Rutherford from Belfast. Matt Bissonette is coming in from Dundee. So yeah, we've got some really good names from across the Elite League that are still going to be here. Every single player, regardless of where they come from, whether it's Kevin Bieksa or whether it's Kevin Noble, all donating their time completely free of charge for the charity. So as much money as we can possibly raise will then go to our chosen charities.
And what is the charity? First of all, it's concussion, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So all of our charities are to do with concussion-related foundations. So the main charity is Stop Concussions. It's an international foundation. It's non-profit. It supports anybody, but mainly sports persons that have suffered head injuries as a result of playing sport. It's all about raising awareness, identifying causes, and also supporting with recovery. And whether that means flying them out to Toronto to see specialists or paying for scans, it's all about supporting sports people post-game kind of living the best life that they can after suffering a head injury. We're also really excited that we're coming on board with local charity as well. So Headway, they've got a local office in Sheffield, but they're also a national charity. So we're going to be doing a lot with Headway, and we'll be making donations to them as well.
That's absolutely amazing. That's going to be brilliant. The event on the 20th is absolutely amazing. Okay, right. So that's your charity head off.
It is.
Talk to me about your Manchester head. This is a huge weekend for you guys.
Oh my God, it is. It's huge. I mean, I've not been here for the majority of the season. You alluded to it. I've been doing a lot of traveling, but I've been back for a few weeks, and I don't think I've ever had a more nail-biting end to a season. And I've been following Manchester since they came back 4 seasons ago. So, yeah, it's a must-win game for us. It was nice to get a goal on the board within the first few seconds, I must admit, but we all know, and I know from coming to this arena and knowing the MK fans, that this is one of the most difficult rings in the entire league to play in. So the boys don't take that for granted either. It doesn't matter where you are in the standings. Everybody's fighting for pride and for the fans and for the jersey. And so, yeah, for us, it's a must-win game. We hope we come away with the points. It will certainly make tomorrow easier when we face Coventry, but yeah, it's going to be another tense 40 minutes.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Listen, Jess, it's been so good to see you. Thanks so much for coming to see us.
Thank you.
All the best. Well, I'm not going to say all the best for tonight because we want to win tonight, but all the best for the rest of the weekend, the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
And do you know what? It may not be the last time our two teams win. We'll have to see what happens.
I really hope not. I mean, I must admit, I think I speak for all of the fans from across the Elite League when we say it's been an absolute pleasure having Milton Keynes in our league for the past 2 seasons. I think most of the fan bases were absolutely devastated when we found out that you were going to be dropping down, and we really, really do hope it's only going to be for the shortest time possible, because I don't think an Elite League is going to be the same without having Milton Keynes in it.
Let's see what happens. But Jess, thanks so much for your time. Do appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Cheers. So welcome back, everybody. Just about to start the second period. Milton Keynes Lightning 0, Manchester Storm 1, of course, and that's exactly what Storm need, and big weekend for them. Flick back in, Stadel with the backhand. Picked up by Moorbeck this time. Moorbeck just uses the boards. And Griffiths couldn't quite get that to his effect, but it's turned over. Manchester again. Another shot, great goal! Dane Byers that time round. The left-hander just picked it up just on the high slot. Turnover by Lightning. That'll be a cheap goal. Lightning will want that back. 17 to go in the second period. Cheap turnover. Just flicked across, and Byers is there and just fires it low and to the right of Patrick Colleen. Frustration for the Lightning netminder once more. 2-0 game. Milton Keynes Lightning 0. Manchester Storm 2. 17 remain in the second period.
So not much that Patrick Colleen could have done there.
So here come Manchester again. Opportunity down the right-hand side this time. Colleen covers near post. That's squeezed in at the far post. That's Moffat that time round, and it was Suwon and a couple of others who, do you know what, Lightning going to want that one back.
I think we could say that could be game there. I think Storm got that 3-goal advantage now, and I think they're going to be really buoyed by this. They have a chance now to, they've got a chance out here just to see this game out, not take any silly penalties, keep fresh, don't get injured.
They can put this game to bed now, can't they?
They can do if they want to. I don't think they need to turn the crank and up the gears, though. I mean, they will know in the back of their mind that this Lightning team will battle until the final buzzer, so they know that they can't take their foot off the gas completely here, but keep playing smart. Just don't take any penalties like they did a couple of minutes ago, but they killed that penalty kill out, and that just buoyed them on there, and they've got that 3rd goal, and it's a long way back for the Lightning here.
When you look at goals like that, you start thinking, you know, it's almost the end of the season. These guys won't give up, and as Ferguson rides out the challenge there, and Gins falls into the save. You think about, you know, they're not going to roll over, but it's the end of a season where they've been short all season. Another shot comes in. That's a great goal.
You won't save any like that.
That's a great goal. And I've got to say, that is such a well-taken goal. And I was just about to say that Lining, you know, you start to look to keep some of these out, but Moffat there picks it up in no man's land. Now, you're not going to make excuses for tiredness and stuff like that, but at the end of a season like this, does fatigue set in? And Colleen saw that all the way through, but that's just beaten Colleen by sheer pace.
Yeah. And there's going to be more space now. Lightning are wanting to try and get something on the scoreboard, get the fans back behind them, and there's going to be more spaces like that.
Yeah.
And when you have players like Luke Moffat, Dane Byers and Mike Hammond, you give them space like that, they only need one shot and 1 second, and then bang. You just think they're about to save Dickens made during that 5-on-3. That could have made it a 2-1 game. Instead now, a couple of minutes later, Storm are now 4-0 up.
4-0 up. Puck track down the corner. Griffin can't do anything about that. Poulon that time. Shotgun pass, great save, Colleen. Goes down early, spreads himself, and it was arms, legs, everything else that was on the hand there. Gave the shooter absolutely nothing to aim for.
I'm liking
Griffin
this little 1-1 battle between Ginn and Colleen here.
But a shot comes in, gets the goal! Michael Fine, with 30 seconds to go in the second period, gets Lightning on the score sheet.
Top shelf, that was too sweet there from Michael Fine.
Do you know what? One of the unsung heroes of this season. Didn't do a lot. All of a sudden comes in, one-timer, bang, good night. Ginn is waving his glove around at that. It's gone, mate. It's gone.
Ginn's still looking for that puck.
Golovkov's now. What have Lightning got left in the locker for the last 6 seconds? 3 seconds to go. Suhan fakes the shot.
I think he thought he had more time than he realised, so it wound up and then
there was something in my head there saying, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. So as we go into the end of the second period, it's a 3-goal game. Milton Keynes Lightning 1.
And that
Manchester Storm 4.
That goal just changes the team talk slightly better. It's given Lightning a glimmer of hope, and it's just shown to the Storm you can't switch off.
I was going to say that. Do you know what? 20 minutes to go in ice hockey. You know, where Manchester think? What does Ryan Finity say now?
Paul is living a dream now.
So, his face is off. You'll have to excuse me if I'm giggling because I'm getting remarks about my wife, who appears to be enjoying the night tonight in the arena. Wallace to Valdez. Goes diagonal. Golovkov's now with an opportunity down left-hand side. Slightly miscontrols it, but he picks up the puck anyway. And he's got backer for company.
The thing I don't quite get is they're doing the Lyle chant. I don't even know if Matt Ginn knows who Stevie Lyle is.
That's the thing. It's considered an insult in Milton Keynes to liken something to Stevie Lyle. Very much 90% of these guys have probably never heard of Stevie Lyle.
I think the only person I think who's heard it and probably knows it is Ben Bounds, and he's he's taking it as a compliment because
Absolutely.
Lyle's a legend at Cardiff.
Opportunity now, Golovkov's. Shot comes in, that's a goal! Player coach Tim Wallace fires high and over the right shoulder of Matt Ginn with 13:39 to go. It's a 2-goal game. Milton Keynes Lightning 2, Manchester Storm 4. Good work that time round. And I was just about to say, I thought George Golovkov's had taken one too many touches. But Tim Wallace, he fires it in, off it goes, dodges the water bottle as well.
Like an unfortunate deflection from the Storm D-man that took it past Ginn there, but Tim Wallace will take that. That's his 20th goal of the season.
100%. Tim Wallace is going to take that all day long. And when you think about that, 20 goals in the season, 55 points for Tim Wallace across 58 games now. That's not a bad return, is it?
It's not.
Face off now to the right-hand side.
Good face-off win there for Lightning in the defensive end.
Lightning now in possession. Norris.
Some good cycling from
Valdez
Norris
couldn't quite get the shot away. Into the right-hand corner. Fine again. Good work there by Fine. Well left. Pelagion picks it up, left-hand corner. Fine again, good work by him. And a shot comes in, that's another goal! And that time round it's Cole Shudra! All the way through, 9:48 to go. It's a 1-goal game. Milton Keynes Lightning 3, Manchester 4.
Cole Shudra out of nowhere. Wow.
That was...
I mean, Ginn was screened there, but you just fired a puck on net there, and just great screen from David Norris, and just through there.
And you can see what that meant to Cole Shudra.
9 minutes 48, 1-goal game.
9:48 to go. Now, if you're wearing a white shirt, if you're Manchester, if you're Ryan Finnerty, what do you say to the guys now? Mazanic, Pelagion, shouts of MK, the MK chant going all the way around this arena now. Pelagion. Now Manchester up an opportunity right down the middle this time round. And this time round it's Poulon. Poulon scores! Takes it back to a 2-goal game.
He's deserved that for his efforts tonight.
Do you know what? I was just thinking that. He's had so many shifts. It just breaks straight through nicely for the middle of Poulon, and off he goes. And I'll tell you what, he's got to show some legs to get all the way through there, which he does all the way through. Just under the right power of Patrick Colleen. Great goal. It's a 2-goal game again. 7:37 to go.
And this is something I think that the Lightning players have just recognised. It's 5-3, 2 goals down, and the MK fans, every single one of them is stamping their feet. They're clapping along to the Barmy Army chant.
And when this barn rocks, it really rocks. It's a bit like Altrincham as well. And these two sets of fans have got so much in common. You know, they always seem to be the underdogs. They're always fighting back, you know. And great pass. Wallace. Don't know what timer comes in and goes to the right-hand side. Wallace looks up at the clock, goes to skate it. We're into the last 5 seconds. Manchester are going to pick up these 2 points. That's a big 2 points for Manchester. Wallace with a shot. Keane gloves it. Another great game here at the Milton Keynes Arena. It ends Milton Keynes Lightning 3, Manchester Storm 5. So a loss for Lightning, but an important win for Manchester Storm on the night. And afterwards, we caught up with both head coaches. Tim, that was a battling loss tonight against the Manchester side who desperately want to get in that last playoff place.
Yeah, they came out hard. I thought we were ready. I thought we were prepared. Rough start, you know, the 10 seconds in. Tried to make the right play, and they just read it. Should have threw it off the boards a little more to get it in deep. Perfect draw, back of our net. So, yeah.
It just goes to show this Lightning side over and over again. They just go down battling, and you just pulled yourself back into it. You just find a way.
We had a really good third. I think guys were sick of playing timid. I think guys came to work. You know, that was really loud what happened in the third when we hemmed them in. That's the type of hockey I've been trying to get the guys to play all year, and it's fun to watch. We wear the teams down, and we keep it in the offensive zone. So we'll try to do that tomorrow. It'll be hard. They're battling for their lives as well. So 2 more games, but we're going to try to end on a positive note.
Concentrate on tomorrow. Tomorrow, of course, Cardiff, they desperately want to win that 3rd league title, and you're going in there desperately trying to spoil that.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle. You know, we're going to prepare and do what we can to have a good start. I know they're going to be aggressive off the start, so we'll find a way, hopefully systematically, where we can slow them down, slow the game down. But it's going to be tough. I've said it in the quotes. You know, this is going to separate the men from the boys, playing against the best team, you know, in England, maybe. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be a battle for sure.
And then, of course, we go on to Sunday. Well, this is going to be an emotional time in the barn on Sunday night when the crowd are going to be behind you for the last time this season. That's going to be absolutely cracking.
It will be. You know, we're looking forward to it. I think the least we can do is work our butts off and try to get a win for these fans for being behind us through this up and down year, I'd say. So we'll be ready. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll do what we can to get the 2 points.
Brilliant. Well, Tim, thanks for talking to us, and we'll see you down in Cardiff tomorrow.
Cheers. Thank you.
Ryan, I guess your playoff weekend is meant to be in a couple of weekends' time, but that tonight was like a playoff game.
Yeah, it's kind of been that way for the last month. we needed a win here. We need a win tomorrow. And it was we knew it was going to be difficult. I mean, I got so much respect for what Tim Wallace has done and the way these guys play and the circumstance they've been in. And it's incredible to see a team play that hard. And that was part of our team talks. We got to give them a lot of credit and a lot of respect for how hard they came back in that third period.
What do you say to you guys tomorrow? Because tomorrow really is a big game. That's do or die.
Yeah, I think tomorrow, we're back in our home rink. We got to be confident. We got to go there and play confident. Tonight was a big one. This has been a tough barn for us to get wins in. Even last year, I think we only had one last year. So it was. We focused a lot on tonight, and we wanted to make sure we were feeling good coming out of the game, and we are. And we go into kind of a one-off playoff to get into playoffs.
Matt Ginn tonight picked up the man of the match, but I've got to say, Felix Antoine Poulon tonight, did he take any breaks during the game?
Yeah, no, I mean, we had some big performances tonight. Moffat had a big game. I thought our decor played hard. I mean, we got into a little bit of penalty trouble, and you guys got such a good power play. We didn't want to give you too many looks. You finally got one, and Pooley had a big game, and that was a big goal for him to step up there and make it 5-3. There was a lot of pressure coming our way.
Listen, thanks so much for taking time to chat to us. I know that for us it's the end of the line with as far as the league is concerned, but thanks for all your support to you and your fans and everybody else, and we wish you all the very best for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you. And it was incredible to see and hear the fans after the game cheering on the Lightning, and it'll be sad to see you guys miss. It's a beautiful building. You guys got such a great fan base, and hopefully we see you guys up there one day soon.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. So thanks, as always, goes to both head coaches for chatting to us after the game. Don't forget, on Sunday night, it's the final home game of the season. Sheffield Steelers are in town. We'll see you there. Everybody, welcome once again to Lightning TV. Now, on Sunday night, it was turn of Sheffield Steelers to come down to the Milton Keynes Arena. The last ever game for Lightning in the Elite League for the foreseeable future. It was an emotional night. Let's go and check out what happened. And it opens straight away with Shudra with the puck playing in defence tonight. Griffin with the initial shot, scored the goal in Cardiff last night. James Griffin got a tip. Shudra on the blue line, can't quite get his stick to that. And Eberle. Great play, and another great save from Colleen. The puck isn't dead, it's still round there, but brilliant net binding from Patrick Colleen. Well, the save, and to be fair, Sheffield will be ruining that chance because they really should have scored, but it was great play by Sheffield, just turned everybody inside out. Great reverse pass and hit the post initially. Colleen goes down and collects the rebound, and the puck manages to stay out. Great net minding, Patrick Colleen. More opportunities for Sheffield. Traffic in front. Opportunity now maybe for Lightning with just over 2 minutes to go. Griffin will dump that. Beg your pardon, that's Lewis English. English again, couldn't quite get possession on that occasion. Valdick's on the ice as well. English will get another opportunity. Moorbeck beaten that time. Just dumped straight in front of Colleen, and that's the first goal for Sheffield. Players tumbling all over. I think it's Owens. But good work by Sheffield as they move through the middle. 1:52 to go in the period. Moorbeck just caught a little bit over on the Lightning right hand side, but it's just dumped in. Colleen stretching and whistle. Switches sides again. Opportunity now for Sheffield. They're getting numbers in. And it's whistle that couldn't quite get anything on the puck that time round. And we come into the last 5 seconds. Puck trapped down into the corner. And as the buzzer goes, it's Milton Keynes Lightning 0. Sheffield Steelers 1. A little bit of pushing and shoving, a bit of afters at the end there. I think it was Ferguson and Whistle who were having a word. Now there is a penalty. Harry Ferguson's gone into the box to start the period. I've got a feeling that's going to be something to do with what happened at the end of the second. There's just Harry Ferguson that's been penalised. I'll keep an ear out for the penalty and see what that's for. It's a 2-minute penalty, which means Sheffield will start the second period on the power play. As Armstrong and Griffiths down for the opening face-off. Steelers win that. So there's a 2-minute roughing penalty on Harry Ferguson. Dow for Steelers. O'Connor gives it over to the right hand side, back to the pardon, it's Dow this side. And Westling goes back to the bench and he's frustrated. The Lightning left a gap there. And another gap, Pitt this time. And that time round they finish it. Owens it was, arriving late. Pitt it was that took the puck down. Owens arrived late, just pretty much straight off the bench and put it high and out of the reach of Patrick Colleen. It's a short-handed goal and it doubles the Sheffield lead, 14:31 to go. Pitt just picked it up, Owens straight off the bench. Thank you very much. Colleen's not going to go stopping that, and Griffiths and Westerling down for the face-off. Morbeck. Too much traffic to squeeze that through, so he drops it down for Valdix, who take it around the side, accompanied this time by Fredrickson. Good work by Valdix. Just palms it off to Griffiths. Griffiths with the shot, and Whistle just parries that away right in front of him, and that time round Griffin couldn't get a stick on it, but Sheffield break again. Good effort this time by Sheffield. Not a great... well, it took a while, but I didn't think that had gone in, but the goal has been given. Great move. Another quick break by Sheffield. 5:20 remaining in the period. Straight down the right-hand side. More space to the left-hand side. Colleen outstretched, and he's just been. It did take a while for that light to come on. But the goal is a good one. It's Milton Keynes Lightning 0, Sheffield Steelers 3. And I just wonder, with all the problems that Sheffield had earlier on in the season, where they weren't really firing on all cylinders, a couple of signings had to go, the Rupert twins and so on, and the loss of Paul Thompson and Coach Barrasso coming in and taking over, I just wonder now if Steelers are starting to find their little purple streak. Are they peaking at exactly the right time? Next weekend's quarterfinals, of course, and the following weekend, should they make that in Nottingham. Zanowski. Westerling. Westerling just spins around. O'Connor waits in space over the far side, but it goes in the middle. And it was Dowd who was arriving late, as is Armstrong on the bench now. Zanowski. Far side switch, another shot comes in. Colleen just goes down and chests that one away. Under 5 minutes to go in this final period now. Griffiths couldn't quite get the pass away to Griffin. And O'Connor now, left-hand side. Stretch pass right away across, and Shudra couldn't get a stick on that time. And a shot comes in, and Colleen covers that up. Oh no, it's another goal. It's been given another goal. And Patrick Colleen is not going to be happy about that. Colleen is just having a word. I don't know whether they're going to go to review or not. There's no signal made. You can see the scrabbling. Unfortunately, that's covered by the. It's covered by the fact that Colleen was outstretched and couldn't get it from this angle with the camera. But the officials are going to have a chat about it. They haven't made the review signal. So it's no goal. It's going to be a face-off. And now Thompson will just come across and explain to the Sheffield bench. Pitt wins that. It comes out to the stick of David Norris with 20 seconds to go. Got no support apart from Michael Fine coming in behind, and it's Fine that picks it up. He'll go back, and as far as Morbeck could see that McGrath was coming off the bench. It was just a case of retaining possession now for Lightning. Griffin, nice diagonal pass as far as Norris. Again, straight offside, and the buzzer will go. And as the buzzer goes at the end of the second period, it's Milton Keynes Lightning 0, Sheffield Steelers 3. David Norris down for the face-off up against John Armstrong in the Steelers shirt. No change to the netminders. Tim Wallace, and he eventually does come away with the puck, and Valdix now He's got Michael Fine for support. He's also got Golovkovs on the right-hand side, and it's a young Latvian that picks it up. Wallace to Valdiks. To Wallace again. 7:29. 25 seconds remaining on the penalty. Diagonal pass to Golovkovs. What could Golovkovs do? Wallace with the one-timer. Shot goes wide into the right-hand side. Wallace. Another shot comes in. 7 seconds on the clock. Colleen now starts tapping his stick on the ice. Wallace with another one-timer. Yes! And Tim Wallace gets the goal! 7:04, it's a power play goal! And the Sheffield fans have now just stood up and started cheering that goal. That is absolutely amazing. The Sheffield fans in the away section have stood up and are applauding that goal. .04 to go.
I'll be glad I won't hear this song ever again in my life. Oh, look, Sheffield, bless them. He's got the honey. No, what is he? Some Muppet.
He's a Muppet, isn't he?
He's a Muppet.
Is it Elmo?
Oh, Elmo.
5:53 remain. Golovkovs now, right-hand side. Wallace with him.
One more.
Wallace just dinks it down and goal goes flying.
Wow, wipe out.
I think there's a penalty coming on the play. I'll have a quick look at that to make sure Jackson Whistler is okay first of all. Golovkovs now is going for something, a bit of pushing and shoving, and Golovkovs has had a bit of an argument with Phillips.
You all right?
I think it was a couple of players that went into whistle. Let's have a quick look at the replay. They're all okay. That's the most important thing. 5:41 remaining. So it's good. Golovkov's coming down the middle. He looked like there was a shove. That to me looked like a shove and shoved him in to whistle. And it is in fact Armstrong who's going to sit, and there's been a penalty shot awarded. Now, was it a penalty shot or did he just signal interference? 1:46 to go. Face off down to the right-hand side. It's turned over again. Opportunity now for Sheffield. Wallace has got to get in there quick. Armstrong. Good work by Wallace. Penalty coming on the play, but Wallace had to take that. He won't be happy about it.
He's not.
But with 1:36 to go, I think the Sheffield fans are querying why there's no penalty shot called there, but I'm not entirely sure. The referees, the officials will have a little bit of a chat about it. But pretty much the whole arena on their feet now, clapping and chanting Barmy Army.
Yeah, it's gone 4-1.
I've got a feeling that's a penalty goal. I think that may have been. I think the Steelers have been awarded a penalty goal because Tim Wallace had the. Unless there's a mistake, we'll try and get that for you. Shot comes in from Wallace again. We're into the last 30 seconds. Opportunity now for Steelers to do so, and that's offside. And Owens just let that trickle into the net. Face off now in front of the Lightning bench. Less than 25 seconds to go. The last 25 seconds of Lightning's elite league tenure for the time being anyway. Balagion. Back to Wallace. 10 seconds to go. Puck just bounces across and Balagion will pick it up. We'll trap it on the boards and the buzzer goes. And at the end of the game, it's Milton Keynes Lightning 1, Sheffield Steelers 4. It's the end of Lightning in the Elite League, unfortunately. We've had a couple of great years. Certainly from my point of view, when we made the decision a couple of years ago to come up to the Elite League, It was a great decision for us, a progressive club. It was the right decision. Being involved in the media, the coverage and everything else, and when you come here and you get to, and you're lucky enough to commentate on games involving teams like Sheffield Steelers, Nottingham Panthers, some great players, ex-NHL players, the best that this game has to offer in this country. It's absolutely brilliant. It's been a fantastic ride. Thank you all so much for all your messages. We are really going to miss the Elite League on days like this, especially. And we're certainly going to miss this bunch of players who've played through absolutely everything that's been thrown at them this season. They just keep going and going and going, and they've never given up. They've never lost heart. They play for the fans, they play for each other, and they played every time they put that shirt on. So a loss to finish the season for Lightning on the night, of course, but it was a brilliant atmosphere all the way through with both sets of fans chanting "Let's go Lightning" at the very, very end. Absolutely fantastic. After the game, I caught up with Tim Wallace to get his thoughts on the season. Tim, result-wise, it wasn't the way you wanted to go out with a bang, but tonight that atmosphere from both sets of fans was just absolutely electric.
It was a lot of fun for us. I thought it was a fast hockey game. I think the first period was one of our hardest working, smartest periods of the year. It was hard, it was fast. It just shows how good this league is. Proud of the guys for that. A couple mistakes back of our net, but we had a lot of chances. It could have went either way. Killer played good for us, but like you said, it was very electric and really fun for the guys.
Did you change the lines up for did you want to have a bit of fun with the lines, or was it necessity? Because I noticed that you got Cole playing at the back and then Griff started on the right wing, and all of a sudden Ivan appeared up front as well for a couple of shifts.
It wasn't for fun. It was trying to win, but I thought it would give us the best chance to win. I think Griff he gives us energy. We had a great start, great first shift. He gets it in, does the right things, and then we built off that. I knew it'd be tough for the 4D, but it was kind of the decision that I made. I think we could have scored. We had a lot of chances. Our lines were playing well. I just if we could get a few goals here and there, maybe we could have switched it up and put 5D back. But everybody battled hard and tried their hardest. But it's not easy with 4 defensemen back there.
We had the usual chant of "Let's go Lightning" near the end, and it got to the point we've got it on commentary where the Steelers fans are joining in with the "Let's go Lightning" chant. The whole barn was doing it. It was absolutely electric.
It was great. It was great fun for everybody involved. The players love it. Something about this rink, it gets really loud, or it's just the crazy fans. So we had a lot of fun tonight. I want to give credit to all the players there for not quitting and working their butt off all year. We got a lot of sore guys, and they deserve some rest. So, thanks to the fans. Thanks for everybody that stuck with us and didn't quit. So it's been a heck of a year. I'll remember this year for a long time, but hopefully everybody had some fun.
Well, Tim, whatever the future holds for you, we've got to say on behalf of everybody, thank you so much for what you've done when you took over from Doug McKay and the guys as well. It's been absolutely phenomenal. It hasn't gotten the way we wanted. It's going to be tough times, but you've stuck at it. You've worn that shirt with pride, and you play for one another. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's really nice. And, everybody in this room had character, and I just tried to lead by example. So thank you.
Brilliant, Tim. Have a great summer.
Thanks a lot.